Hi everyone, I'm Carlo from Downtown Music here in Sydney, Australia. So today I'm actually going to run through all the little bits here on a classical guitar with and their technical names, or what people call them. So when you walk into a guitar store and you need to replace something on your guitar, you'll be a little bit more educated and you'll know what to ask for. This particular guitar is a full-size nylon string guitar. So we're going to run through the specifications of this. When I say specifications, basically the timbers that it's made from. And as I did on the steel string guitar, this guitar doesn't have an end pin, as you can see. Most nylon string players would probably wear like a saxophone strap that would come underneath here, and you could clip it in here and it'd hold the guitar up here for you so you can play all your classical stuff. Or you'd be holding this type of guitar in between your legs like this and playing like this, using your fingers. Not the traditional pick. Okay, moving back along. Now, this here is called the bridge of a guitar. Here we have the saddle, which is, as you can see, fits inside the bridge. This is a part on the guitar that does have a bit of wear and tear. So over the years, you might find that you will need to buy a new saddle, depending on how hard you play. But that is what you ask for, that little white bit. Now this could be either out of plastic or out of bone, depending on the quality of the guitar. Moving right along, here we have the sound hole. Around the sound hole, we have the rosette, which is just a pretty stick-on little sticker. And moving on, as you can see, this guitar here, being a nylon string guitar, if you look inside the neck, not like a steel string, does not have a truss rod. And it really doesn't need it to have a truss rod, because these guitars are nylon strings and the tension on the neck is not going to be as hard as what it is on a steel string guitar. That's why you never put steel strings. That's why you never put steel strings on a nylon string guitar. Okay, moving along, this is, once again, these little silver strips across the neck of the guitar are called frets. On a nylon string guitar or a Spanish guitar, you see that you don't have markers on the fretboard to show you where you're at. But on some of them, you do have the dots to show you where the frets are located, to make it easy. Normally on a classical guitar, you'll also find that it joins around the 12th fret to the body. And this has got a heel join here. Okay, moving up the neck. This part up here, as you can see, it's wider than a steel string guitar. This is once again also called the nut. Okay, and this is what the strings go over and get cut into to adjust the action, so it's nice and easy to play up here. And as you can see, that is the action on this guitar. I'll hold the guitar so you can see how high the strings are. Now this is called the action. So if someone says to you, oh, what's your action like on your guitar? Well, the action is how far the strings are from the neck of the guitar and how hard you have to press. The last thing you want is to have a guitar with an action like this that you have to press this hard to get down. One, if the action's this hard, your guitar will be untunable. You'll tune it up, and as you go to play, it'll be out of tune because the distance it has to travel is too far. Okay, so this particular guitar that I've gone through here, being a classical guitar, this is a full size. Here we have the 3/4, in case you have young children starting out and they want a guitar, cheap guitar to start out with, that's not going to be too big and cumbersome to get your hands around. I personally don't recommend nylon string guitars unless you're going to be playing classical music or flamenco. But this has been the norm for years, so let's move on just quickly. Okay, we've done the nut. Moving right along, as you can see here, now we're up to the machine heads. This particular guitar has what they call, these things are the machine heads. These are the little gears. And as you can see on this guitar, as I pointed out on the steel string one, the gears are pointing to the guitar. Even though these are 3 in line, and that's what that's actually called when they're 3 in line. If they are separate, they'd be 3 separate machine heads. Okay, the classical has 3 in line. Now see the gears facing the body. So if I was to pull those out and turn them over to put them on this side, the gears would be facing up the top, which is incorrect. So there's only one way for the machine heads to go on. Gear towards the body of the guitar. So as you can see here, these are nylon rollers. Nylon rollers are made for nylon strings. If you start putting, the first thing you're going to do, if you start putting steel strings onto a nylon string guitar, the steel strings are going to cut through the rollers. You're going to firstly damage all the rollers within a few weeks. And then secondly, you're going to be damaging the neck because the tension of the strings on this guitar is just going to be bringing the neck so far forward. And this neck has no truss rod in it to help it. So, once again, totally different guitar. So, this is your classical guitar. Okay, so while we were talking about the machine head rollers being nylon, and being nylon, we use nylon strings. Just quickly, here it looks like we do have 3 nylon and 3 steel strings, but actually these are all nylon. Even those steel, those ones that look like steel, they have a nylon core and they're very soft. They do not have a steel core through them. So they're all very soft strings. Let me quickly show you with a different head, well, same sort of headstock. Now this is pretty rare. This is called a slotted headstock on a steel string guitar. The old Martins used to make guitars like that. It's absolutely beautiful. I really love a slotted steel string guitar headstock. But as you can see, I'll put this one down. The rollers on the machine heads are steel on this. So that's for a steel string guitar. This one here has nylon rollers. Okay, so moving right along. The last but not least, I've already gone through it, but this is really important. If you're going to ask for a set of strings for your classical guitar, this is the first string. Down here, the little thin one. That's the second, that's the third, that's the fourth, that's the fifth, and that's the sixth string. And yes, they are, once again, they are all nylon. As you can see with the nylon string guitar, when you put the strings on, they're actually tied on. I'll go through that in another lesson for you. Today was all the basics. I hope you enjoyed that. And I've taught you a little bit about a classical guitar. Thanks guys for watching. I'm Carlo from Downtown Music, and
there's someone down in the shop who wants a guitar.
Hey, I think I better go. Someone wants to buy one of these. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Come on down. Let's go.